Yo, what's up, everybody? I got Uzi here with me today.
What's up? How's it going?
I'm gonna be talking about the Pickems for week 2 of the PPL Season 3 Draft League. Yeah, I was gonna go live earlier, Carlos. I was just a little busy earlier. I was working on some stuff. How's everybody doing? I'm excited. Join draft. Yeah, I know we upload every Sunday the draft stuff. Check out all the coaches as well. Their links will be down below.
Yes, sir.
We got a cool matchup right here. We have Onesie Bennett. I played them last week, their rain team, which has changes, by the way. No float, so very sad about that. I think Floatzel was actually incredible. And then we have Necrostevo, who also made some changes this week as well. He has an Annihilate now. He has an Articuno with Terra. As a Murkrow.
Yeah.
Put up Crudis.
And like on, and on Onesie's side, the dude got a Terra Kingdra now instead of a Terra Floatzel.
Which I think is like wild.
Yeah. The fact that let me just say, the fact that this shit's still out is pretty crazy. Especially under a rain team, don't you think, brother?
Yeah, like I said, I kind of like Floatzel more. Offensively, I like Floatzel a little bit more just because I think Basculegion and Kingdra are kind of the same mon. I guess you could argue that Floatzel and Basculegion are the same mon, but I think the big thing is Floatzel's speed tier inside and outside of rain is really, really nice. So like the wave crash is basically kill stuff. Kingdra does have wave crash now. It has scale shot, can do a lot of things. Can Terra as well and Dragon. Shout out to CB Marcus as well for these. The graphics. Yo, he got rid of Terra on Toucannon, bro. What do you think about that?
No! How could you do that? What sort of sacrilege is this, Alex?
That's what I'm saying. But I do like Terra Bisharp, though. I do like Terra Bisharp.
Yeah, I mean... So my opinion on Bisharp is rather skewed nowadays because, like, the best thing this thing can use is...
Night
can
Slash.
It use Throat Chop?
If it has Throat Chop, Throat Chop, yes. Probably has Throat Chop. Most likely.
Yeah, wait. You know what? Let me check that right now.
I'll check it as well.
Yeah.
What's better, physical or special Kingdra? Right here, Kingdra's like in the middle because it has to fight Primarina and Clodsire, which are two Pokemon that damn near wall Kingdra.
Right.
But I like special Kingdra most, always.
Yeah, same here. I do think that like a conversation should be had about the sacrifice that was made in terms of speed, which Floatzel originally did end up bringing for Alex's side, because again, to your point, this thing is fast outside or inside of rain itself. But the fact that his fastest Pokemon is a Raichu, which with all due respect is a Pokemon with base 110 speed, and not only that cannot terrestrialize as well, definitely is something that I would say is a cause of concern personally. Yeah. So in that sense, like, it's definitely interesting to think about. I would not be surprised if there are more transactions that Alex has in mind moving forward to really iron out the kinks of his squad. Shouts to Iron Brown. But yeah, like, basically in that sense, I do still think that I mean, honestly, I feel like if the rain isn't up, it definitely would hurt Alex's squad in all things considered. So
I mean, even if rain is up, bro, like look at like AV Archaladon.
Oh no.
Archaladon looks really, really, really good here. Hey, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Like, yeah, I mean, I feel like in this matchup, definitely Stevo does have more assets that he's able to abuse more because, like, if you think about it, our guy does not have any electric immunity outside of Raichu, which kind of just makes it much of a forced bring. But even if he does end up bringing that, he can just pretty much blow up, and that's not even
and Garchomp, yeah. You're right.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Garchomp is there. But like, there's also Primarina as well, which under rain is absolutely stupid against his squad. So, yeah, it's definitely tough for him.
I will say we might see Onesie bring a non-rain mode this time, just because of the threat of Electro Shot. is really, really, really high. And Pelipper is kind of a bad mon into Necro Stevo's team. Yeah, it has Rage Fist. Darkrai is decent in draft, yeah. Hey, Ness. So you may see a non-rain mode here. For instance, like Eviolite Bisharp could be your way of tanking on, Primarina and stuff. Define. It does have Throat Chop, by the way. We did check. We could see, Galarian Weezing definitely comes for like Annihilate. Checks Darkrai as well to an extent. You could technically run Dragon Dance Kingdra if you want to, like sub Scale Shot or something with Terra. Steel. Yeah, Focus Energy as well as a means of dealing and breaking through that. I think Iron Hands should always come. Whenever I see Annihilate, I think people always like to bring Iron Hands to as a countermeasure because it's just such a bulky tank that can do the exact same thing. I've seen Mirror Herb Iron Hands a couple times to come in on bulk up, and then Swords Dances alongside it, and then just overpowers it. Chomp needs to come, period. Otherwise, look at Lecky. Jesus, look at Lecky.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, Chomp absolutely is needed. And to be fair, Chomp does have pretty decent matchup in the sense that, like, not only is it able to stop Regieleki, but, like, its coverage can certainly help it be able to shine pretty decently. I can potentially see, some Swords Dance sets here and there and so on. But, like, I do also think that... So, wait, Swords Dance, Earthquake, Crunch for the Zongar, and a Dragon move. Do you think that hits his entire squad, or is there something...
Literally. There's literally nothing that can deal with that.
Yeah, for sure.
There's nothing that can deal with that. He could also go the Spikes route if he really wants to with, like... Psyshock, Tachyon Cutter, Iron Crown with maybe like a Dark Resist Berry to eat up the Darkrai and then just do a ton from there.
Yeah, legit. I do think, all things considered, the more I look at this matchup, on paper it does definitely look to be on Stevo's side because of the immediate pressure his main threats are able to provide, but just how well it can turn Rain against Alex. But on the flip side, that of course does not mean that Alex is lacking in threats as well, because Iron Hands is a fucking beast. Like that thing.
I don't know, dude. I kind of feel like it's closer to 1Z, or like it's even closer, just because I think that Iron Crown is insane in this game. Actually, I forgot to give people the chance to vote.
Yes, you did.
My bad, guys. Who wins? 1Z, Necro Stevo. So both of these people are coming off a loss last week. So both of them obviously want to get on the board. And I think another mon we kind of are overlooking is the Swords Dance on Burden Grafai. Mon's kind of cool. Like, legitimately.
I can see that. Yeah.
Especially because, like, you're going to use Darkrai and like, Annihilate to weaken Galarian Weezing.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Dark and
Yeah. Rain is strong.
No, for sure. Yeah, no, like, you made me fear for my life when you've used that against me, so.
No, Rain is just really good. I've always been a huge fan of Rain. Yeah, Ape doesn't die in one, but it's like, which Ape do you bring? You have to go Spadef if you want to take on Basculegion, Kingdra. Like look at Basculegion. Basculegion could technically run, what's it called? Adaptability here, right?
Yeah.
And just click Wave Crash, Flip Turn, Psychic Fangs for Claude, and that's it. That's all it needs to do the entire time.
Even disregarding that, like, special adaptability, like, Basculegion also has a place here, I would argue. Although, like, obviously, the Claude Sire is there. I think when you have access to Pokemon like Iron Clown and Garchomp and so on, it can definitely get really easily overwhelmed, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely can. Last Respects isn't banned on everything. It's only banned on certain mons. I like Terra Poison Bronzong a lot. Because you only have Crown, right? So you use your things to overwhelm Crown. You use it with you use Darkrai, you use Prima to overwhelm Crown, you use Sack Annihilate to beat Crown, and then Terra Poison Bronzong doesn't have like a lot that actually ends up killing it. So a Calm Mind or Iron Defense set. Poison, so I mean you don't care too much. Iron Defense lets you break through Chomper. I don't like going potential pure Steel though in a shot, just because then you're weak to what's it called, Drain Punch.
Yeah.
or even CC from Iron Hands.
No, for sure. Iron Hands definitely may just force the Terra Poison from his behalf.
That's
I guess
definitely
I'm just
something
trying.
we didn't write either, dude. Look at Articuno, bro. Look at that Terrifier Articuno. Low key.
Yo.
Low key.
Yeah, bro, it has the perfect coverage. What the fuck?
Yeah. It looks really
Legit.
nice. It actually looks really nice. Yeah, I think AV Prima could be here or like a subcom mindset. Draining Kiss,
Yeah.
kind of just recover. Or even just say F it with
specs.
ball specs, exactly.
Yeah. Legit. Yeah, it's definitely tough for me to overall rank in the grand scheme of things. Like, I know Alex is definitely a great player when he's locked in, and Stevo has definitely shown, signs of brilliance throughout the on his best days and so on. So, I think I'm definitely having a much tougher time being able to say who might win over the other. But
it's tough.
Yeah. What do you think, bro?
Like if Onesie got like screens up or something and then brought out, as chat was saying, weakness policy, Iron Crown, or things like that, I could see a lot. I just think Crown is really, really scary in a Stevo.
Even doesn't AV Arch handle it though?
To an extent, but like, what does it do back to it? As it calm minds up or everything? I don't know. There's just a lot. I think it's close. Like personally, I think the matchup is pretty close. What are you saying, Joey Josh? What do you mean?
What are they saying?
They said be capped. I'm trying to figure it out. But yeah, I love that Mecca Steven taking Murkrow. By the way, it's one of my favorite mons.
Yeah.
AV Prim is a good answer to Crown. No, it gets blown up by Volt Switch, Tachyon Cutter, and Psyshock. Like it comes in, takes Rock, and then loses basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe in like a VGC scenario, it would be a good answer because there's not a lot of mons you can go out. Because just stay there and just keep attacking. But I don't think it's that great. I think if you're gonna use AV, I don't even think it stops setup Crown.
Yeah, I think the more you're talking about it, I do think that Iron Crown definitely has great potential in terms of ending this game, and it certainly gives him a lot of options. Because to your point, if he's forced to terrestrialize his Bronzong into Terra Poison, then that just means more unprotected Tachyon cutters to the dome, right? So, he doesn't even need to be specs. He can literally run full booster energy setup variant. So, yeah, I think that just might give Alex the edge in terms of being able to win this one, I think.
Yeah, I think Crown makes it a little bit closer, especially with the fact that the Rain Mons can still overwhelm. I'm still not sure if Onesie actually ends up bringing Rain, just because that Archaludon having free Rain, literally, sounds insane in this game. So I want to give it slightly to Onesie, but I'm excited to see this game anyway, because I want to see one of them get a win. So that's like big.
Very big, especially in a season where every game matters. Yes.
Yep. I also think that we could see like Regieleki boom lead, dual screens, nasty plot, Darkrai, and just like F up things.
Yeah. No, I mean, I guess that is a possibility as well. It just depends on, like, again, in a metagame that is fully decided by how offensive one is. Like, it really just depends, all things considered. Both of the teams have assets that they can severely leverage. But I think from an end game perspective, I would always bet my money on a Tachyon Cutter user over, let's face it, just a Grafaiai.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
But I do, like I said, I do think dual screens, especially if Onesie doesn't decide to go the Rain Motors chat's saying too. Nasty Plot Darkrai looks kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can see the threat that is Darkrai, but like at the same time, not only is this a Pokemon that has been on Fraud Watch lately, there's also the fact that Onesie does have Terra Bisharp by his side, which he can terrestrialize, which, combined with the buffs that, the 4 times weakness that he's able to avoid from
to a 2 times weakness for 2 of its types, though. It's 2 times. Like, is it gonna go fly? And what does it do back? Like, it's gonna be a little.
I mean, doesn't Darkrai have paper thin defenses though?
No, dude, base 90 is fine.
Okay, it's not the worst. It's not.
Also, Darkrai learns like Psychic and Psyshock, so like Nasty Plot weakness policy on the screen sounds pretty nasty.
No, for sure. Yeah, it definitely then a good point from what from what the people are saying, because I do think that if there's a way to take down the Darkrai, it definitely has to be more offensively, because defensively he doesn't have much options then, I think.
Again, that's only if he ends up bringing like screens or something, though. He doesn't have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like iffy. Weak to Pickems. But yeah, chat says 60% Necro Stevo, 40% onesie, and we're going a little bit more towards onesie, I think, in this one ourselves.
Yeah.
We got Mafesto versus Mount. I'm so excited about this one.
No, same here, bro. I think it's definitely gonna be like one of the matches of this week for through and through, because we got Mafesto, who unfortunately took a bad L last week, but he's he's like all the more fired up to come back strong. And then obviously we got the GOAT, we got the man himself, we got the most dapper draft league player of Generation 9, aka Mount, with his really broken ass squad. I ain't gonna
Team's pretty nasty. I like his team a lot.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Sheer Force, Rock Slide, Landorus. Really nice for Vikavolt and stuff like that. Landorus in general just has a decent speed tier in this game. Few mons outspeed it. Only Weavile really just kills it. The rest don't really. We also see the low kicks. I think low kicks is really cool here. One low kicks I like is Scarf for potentially webs, but still running first impression. We could see Ice Spinner on Abomasnow for terrain. I think that'd be something that could be pretty cool. I also think you could still do some Smeargle plus Skeletor stuff to get up hazards and stuff like that, because his spinner is not really gonna stop Dirge without getting out of there. Does Indeedee just click? Indeedee definitely can be very scary, especially with Terra Psychic, Expanding Force. Even Terra Fairy, Dazzling Gleams are very...
Yeah. Nah, for sure, bro. I think the moment I looked at this matchup, I do think that there could potentially be an argument for, Mount to bring Fizdef Infernape as a way of being able to deal with that low kicks of his. Because, you know how it was back then in Generation 7, where at one point Weavile was just fucking shit up and people started bringing Fizdef Infernape and so on. So that could potentially be an option for him. Although, with, it being a Fizdef Infernape, I do think that kind of leaves him more vulnerable to some of his other threats. Notably, Pokemon like his Landorus Incarnate, even
Kyurem
like
too.
Kyurem
Yeah.
is an absolutely mental Pokemon against them. But yeah,
I like Dragon Dance Kyurem with loaded dice. I think it looks really strong here.
Sorry, what?
I said I like Dragon Dance Kyurem with loaded dice. I think it's really strong here. Quillfish isn't even a great low kick answer though. It comes in on U-turn and then a better mon comes out.
Yeah. Legit.
That's why I like Scarf low kicks a lot, because you just click U-turn forever here.
Yeah. Not for sure. Like, even so, I would say that like Mount definitely has a lot of room towards what he can bring against him, in the sense that Clefable is like Clefable. Like even if he has access to Tentacruel and so on, what really switches into Life Orb Clef here?
Not really much at all. I think the same thing can be said about like Cobalion. Cobalion's really good. I like Calm Mind.
Okay.
Calm Mind Flash Cannon. Sub for Thunder Wave from Quill. Still checks Weavile. Checks Terrapagus as well. Speed ties with 8. Also a fan of the... Man, I like Abomasnow. Shoot. Get up a veil. What you doing? I don't know if Mount actually tech Spirit Break on any mons, just because he can kind of outbulk it, which would be his potential thought process here. I really... You're just going to pass off Smeargle as a spinner and hope nobody notices? When it has access to Mortal Spin, yes, King. I think the fact that it can Mortal Spin does make it a spinner now. I'm not talking about Rapid Spin. Mortal Spin is 100% a spin though. Same thing with Defog if it really wants to run it. But it's interesting, right? Because Ape is really, really good here. Something like Knockoff or Earthquake. Probably Earthquake because it hits both Skeletors and Tentacruel. And then like CC Flare is so strong. I love like all of Mount's like first 5 Pokemon. Cleft, Tauropagus, Indeedee, Infernape, Sceptile. Then you could do some variation between Quill. For pivoting to low kicks, you could do Wez with Vikavolt. Maybe he's scared to bring Flygon with no Terra, since it's actually also doesn't KO Kieran with Outrage if ice is up or snow.
That is so interesting. Nah, like, I think one thing that needs to be noted is that other than the fact that, with webs up, Mafesto definitely has a lot of leverage in terms of being able to, like, fully utilize his offensive pieces. But on the flip side as well, if Mount is able to, counteract that by setting up his own webs, then that pretty much evens out the field big time. Except there's also the upside in Vikavolt being a pretty good in terms of, what matchup it has. Like, I understand the fact that Landorus Incarnate can switch in and so on, which blocks the Volt switches and all that stuff. But I don't think that it would necessarily appreciate taking hits to the dome like that. But most importantly, I think something that cannot be undersold by any means. Bro, if he terrestrializes his low kicks, what the hell?
Indeedee.
Stops Terra, Psychic, Indeedee.
Yeah.
Fucking, yeah, exactly.
Indeedee's definitely a threat. I agree, especially with webs up. Spec, Sash, all of them, Life Orb, Plate, all of it looks really, really strong here. I like that Mount's team, his steel type is electric.
What's up?
I like Mount's steel type on his team. Because he has 2 steel types. He has Tauropagus once, and then he has the Elect, which is really funny. That Mon low key just tanks hits from Lando, just knocks. Heavy Oranguru.
Brother, the day Oranguru arrives is the day that humanity will celebrate, okay?
Hey, OTR Trick Room ain't bad. It's expanding force resist, get focus blast and psychic. Don't hate. It's actually not terrible. It's not like if this was a random battle and Mafesto's team was fighting Mount, that Oranguru will win late game. Don't hate. Another thing I think is really cool here is freaking Tentacruel, dude. It's like 90.
I rest my case. It's basically no. I mean, it's the same speed as it's the same special attack as Deoxys speed. It has base 60 speed, but it still has as much offensive power as Deoxys speed.
Yeah.
So who knows?
You're welcome. What do you think about Swords Dance Tentacruel here?
Swords Dance Tentacruel?
Rapid Spin, what's up? Poison Jab. It doesn't even need webs. You get the Rapid Spin speed boost. Poison Jab Liquidation. Could be cool.
Yeah, no, it's definitely an option, I guess. But he would definitely need a lot of pieces being chipped down at first, most notably
Spikes.
Spikes? With who?
As a Smeargle. Just get Spike up.
Oh, okay. No, yeah. I mean, that's an option. Quillfish definitely is going to need to do generational numbers on that front, but I do think that if he wants to clean house with Swords Dance Tentacruel and all that stuff, he definitely needs to set the conditions properly to be able to achieve the outcome. But I do think that from a late game perspective, it can do something, but ultimately it depends on if Mount feels the need to bring his Drifblim or not. Because I think does it have a place in this matchup? Actually, it's tough for it.
It's a good spin blocker for one. I think that's, or at least was Rapid Spin, not Mortal Spin. It's also a mon that can still technically take on low kicks if webs are up, because first impression, it's 4 times resisted, so Tinted Lens doesn't help so much, and it can Will-O-Wisp on Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
Not too much in shot. Maybe we'll see during Subathon next month if I do get some interest in VGC. But yeah, I don't know. I do want to say it's slightly more to Mount, but I think that Mafesto can bring out some really cool sets here. That Sceptile's a threat though. That Terra Ground or Terra Fire, both are really good here in my opinion. Both help you overwhelm Skelly and things like that. And in the terrain, getting the speed boost is nasty. It also doesn't need terrain to outspeed Mafesto's team, which is pretty big. You could just
No, for sure. I guess an argument could be made about late game unburden. I don't know what shit like acrobatics or whatever. Maybe I don't know. Yeah,
Like doesn't even need to be. It doesn't even need to be a like acrobat, like unburden or anything. Yeah, just Swords Dances. Maybe as a citrus berry.
Yeah. No, exactly. And that acrobatics can be even replaced with Terra Blast Fire just to fuck up that Obama Snow, as well as the Cobalion, and Earthquake for the chip down Big Dirge, and obviously Terra Fire helps it against Kyurem and everything and so on. So, yeah, I mean definitely both of these sides got big threats all around, but I definitely am putting my money on Mount for this one.
I think it's gonna come down to who keeps webs up and who gets webs up. I think both want to bring it.
Yeah.
As just said in chat, I think that Specs Kyurem or even just offensive Kyurem is really strong here. Like if I put a fucking Life Orb on them, or a Chopo if you really want to. The thing about Mountain is like he's always gonna have a Rapid Spin, because Dirge will block Terapicus once, but Terapicus will always have its ability, because like that's a mon that's probably running heavy duty boots the entirety of a season. You know, there's no reason not to. Joe like no retreat Smeargle encoring coefficient to spikes for real.
That should be hilarious. I'm gonna promise you.
I can't wait for him to bring like offensive things like that. Hey Rico, that's good, buddy. But yeah, you said you give it to Mount.
Yeah.
I think it's close. I think it's really, really close. I'm excited. I want to see how Mafesto deals with like Sceptile and mons like that. I want to see how Mount deals with Kyurem, because I like Kyurem a lot into this team.
Kyurem 100% is coming.
Well,
like if I had to put my money on it, I do think Kyurem, like Lando, Big Dirge, these are the 3 guaranteed pieces for him to bring, and obviously Cobalion to some extent. Which, to be honest, even on the note of Cobalion, one set that I do think we also glossed over, because other than Subcom Mine, which has actually good potential against him. Even shit like Iron Defense, Body Press, Heavy Stack has really good room against him. You know.
Very strong.
Yeah.
That looks really nice. Especially maybe you could run boots on that too.
Yeah, just basically squint and it's basically a Zamazenta, yeah.
I think that was PPL Miffed. PPL Season 1. But yeah, I think it's closer. Like I said, he's going Mount. I'm going like close. Like I said, maybe 50-50-ish. I'm excited about this game. This is probably one of my favorite games. Ellie obviously showing a lot, like just coming up every single season, doing better and better, which is sick. Last time she made it to semis, started off the season strong with the copycat Mimikyu to beat Mafesto, and then we obviously have Seabad, and I mean like look at Terra Water and Teleon with a scope lens, and look at Ellie's team. Does not matter. Doesn't matter who you are. Just click, click, click. And the fear that it's like Zoroark or something like that is pretty crazy too. Like it could come in as it could literally be Zoroark disguising as Inteleon, coming in on Crocodile, forcing Crocodile out into Rotom, hitting it with like a Shadow Ball or Hyper Voice or something, letting Inteleon later, things like that. I think Zoroark is very good here because it means Mimikyu cannot have fun. You can't cheese with Swords Dance Mimikyu. You might end up bringing Red Card to deal with like Sneasler or anything like that. How long will the stream be until we're done talking about the mons?
Yeah.
It's a couple more teams to go.
Yeah. We just started, brother.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're all waffling about. But yeah, I think that honestly, I feel like you summed it up pretty well, right? I think from Chase's side, he has so many ways of being able to like offensively pressure Ellie to the point of no return. Because like when you have a Pokemon with base 120 speed that literally outspeeds every single Pokemon in Ellie's squad bar the Jolteon, which is just one Pokemon, and you know like it can terrestrialize, but so fair enough. But it's still a Pokemon that you can't necessarily bring it in safely. It has good speed depth, but it needs good positioning to be able to come in on a lot of occasions. So I do think that Terra Water and Inteleon just really messes up Ellie's squad big time, and she's definitely gonna need countermeasures to prevent those free turns from happening in the first place.
But freaking like, do you have to bring Macargo here so you don't get messed up by freaking Rillaboom?
I guess. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Can Bastiodon take it on? I'm actually curious.
I to an extent, but they're just gonna get U-turned on into like Rhyperior or anything like that. Leo's Rhyperior just win. But Rotom has Will-O-Wisp. And stop that.
Yeah. That and also like she kind of also has access to Dragonite, which she can use as a as a defensive check for Gorilla Boomer. I think did you do that before, or was it an offensive set?
It was defensive. I had like Air Slash into E-Speed to deal with Rillaboom, but it was also for Grafai at the same time.
Yeah.
But like even that, you're like normally when if I didn't see Zoroark, when I look at this team, I'm like, okay, I'm definitely bringing like offensive Dragonite because E-Speed picking off Sneasler, E-Speed picking off Rillaboom, and I have my Earthquake for them. I'm good. But then you have Zoroark. I feel like Zoroark is really, really nice.
No, Zoroark is definitely the Pokemon of uncertainty, and it also really helps from the fact that it has base 110 speed, which is honestly insane against Ellie's squad the more I look at it. So
dude, it's really good.
Yeah.
You know who else? You know who else I think is really good in this game? Glastrier. That mon has Ice Spear, so it doesn't have to care about like Boots Dragonite. It just naturally can tank hits from Rotom. It can be Swords Dance Facade as well. So when Rotom Will-O-Wisp spit, it breaks Rotom. So that way Inteleon's a little bit better, or that way Rhyperior is a little bit better, etc. Tanks a hit from Val and knocks it back out. Tanks a hit from Cook and knocks it back out. Trick Room is really strong here too. I think Hat is nice. I think Ellie has to bring Bastiodon low-key as her counter. Probably Terra Ghost potentially here as her answer to Sneasler, and also a nice little answer to Rillaboom and things like that. I think Bastiodon legitimately has to come.
No, absolutely. I do think that without it, Ellie, it's gonna be like an uphill battle for Ellie. But also, it also should be mentioned that if she ends up making a Terra Ghost and all, which does have a place for sure, don't get me wrong, like that just makes her all the more vulnerable to like the Hisuian Zoroarks and so on. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be more of a tougher game for Ellie, because as far as this matchup goes, I would say that it is on Chase's side. Like, don't get me wrong.
I think it's on Chase's side too, even though Ellie has a strong team.
Yeah, because like even if you have access to Iron Valiant, which has a lot of room throughout this game, I do think like an offensive Life Orb variant should definitely be considered here, because like Chase simply cannot defend against that period. Like it really doesn't help when like two of the Pokemon being Sneasler, which is also another Pokemon that can have a really fun time cleaning up should the situation call for it, and Inteleon that just clicks buttons through and through.
But that's like, the big thing. That's like it, right? Yeah. You get in, Rillaboom is going to come in on Rotom. You're going to U-turn out because Rotom's going to switch on Rillaboom. You're going to click Snipe Shot. Like that. That's why I think like things like Muck might actually come. Things like Bastiodon might come. Bastiodon might be like the Iron Defense Body Press plus Foul Play or Rock Blast set just to actually hit Zoro, because Zoro is actually insane. I love Rhyperior. I love Inteleon. I love Zoro. I'm a Hat fan too. I think I don't know. I think it's easier for Seabad. And maybe it's just because Ellie's priority doesn't actually pick off Mons in this game. I think is one of the dangerous things about it. But
yeah, even Crocodile struggles because while she could try to like potentially pull off some setup sweeps and so on, when you have the combination of both a Mandibuzz into a Gorilla Boomer and so on, like I don't think it's possible from that end. So
I agree with you, King. I think Rotom needs to be working overtime here. I also don't think Jolteon's as amazing as some of you guys said, because like Terra Ice, it can't touch Rhyperior. It Terra Waters and it can't touch Rhyperior. Rhyperior runs Lightning Rod in this game, and then you can't water move it when it's a water. Ice is resisted. I think this would be one of the games where Ellie wishes she had grass.
Yeah, like she can wisp it, but that's about it.
I think it's hard to say Rotom's elite too. Because, like I said, if I'm Seabad, I'm always putting Facade on either SD Rhyperior or SD Glass to help the other one break for it.
Yeah, same here.
I think it's going to come down to how Ellie deals with Hisuian Zoroark. I think Hisuian Zoroark is top tier here. And Ellie might not want to bring Crocodile in this game because, like, first off, Chase's Electric type is Electivire. So it's not like mandatory. But also, it kind of just gets fucked up by everything.
I love the Electivire disrespect. I'm all for that shit.
I think Ellie needs to bring Mesprit so she doesn't get smoked by Zoro.
Mesprit, but what will it?
I
will
did
that
not
be?
mean Mesprit. I meant Meloetta. Sorry. Can I cancel my vote?
I was like, wait, what?
I don't think it lets you.
Nah, for sure. I do think that, yeah, it's definitely tough. Like, I would say this is one of those matchups where Ellie absolutely must not just get her plays right, but also prep in such a way where, like, it's able to throw Chase off big time. Because I do think that offensively, she is able to make something happen, especially, I mean, bro, if you have a fucking Iron Valiant, you can do anything in this life. But, like, at the same time, I do think that her margin for error in this preparation is absolutely thin. So, yeah.
I just think it's so much easier for Chase to bring out a Mon that threatens what's in front of it, click U-turn, and then bring out Inteleon on whatever comes in and click Snipe Shot. Like, I feel like that's so easy. Yeah, and it doesn't even have to be Terra Water. Like, if it's Snipe Shot with crit, it doesn't matter. Like, resist don't matter.
Yeah.
Literally.
No, for sure.
It don't matter.
He has options. Brother got options.
Yeah, he has a lot here.
Yeah, my money's on Seabed.
Yeah, I think 51% Seabed, 49 Ellie is accurate. I think that's what chat put too. Might even be closer to Seabed, maybe like a 55. But both of them, I'm excited to see how they play. They both, make playoffs and stuff, which is really cool. And sometimes they start off a little rougher, but Ellie started off really strong this season, so I'm excited for that a lot. It's gonna be a good one. It's definitely gonna be a good one to watch.
I agree. And also, to anybody around that has not liked the stream, feel free to do so. It's free. Free is good.
It's free. And back to back, your boy is fighting weather. Rain week 1, sun week 2. Let's put this very biased poll. I hate doing the poll for me, but you can talk about this matchup a little bit more, and then I'll kind of chime in just because it's my matchup. But
Yeah. No, exactly. I mean, obviously, like, as far as photosynthesis goes, I do think that, like, Joey has something going for him in the sense that his Screamtail is now able to abuse it just the very same. So I can actually see a potential, like, setup variant to, like, clean up if the conditions are able to, set themselves. Although for that to happen, he certainly needs to take down the Terra Venusaur, which I do think is absolutely disgusting against your squad. Like, holy shit.
The Venusaur?
Yeah, Terra Venusaur.
Yeah, Venusaur is good.
Yeah. I mean, if it was Terra Ground, I guess if it was Terra Ground, it would definitely be far more optimal, but Terra Fire as well. It's just so super hard to defend against from your behalf. So, like, I'm interested to see how you're able to maneuver around that, but I do think that as far as overall team cohesion goes, Boffin does have he has a good Sun team and everything, but, like, when you have an Azumarill under a Sun team, as well as a Vaporeon, which I do think that you can pressure really well, considering the fact that you have a Thunderous, even a Terra Entei, which is super good against him, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, Urshifu doesn't even need a boosting item to 2-hit KO Fizdef Vaporeon, dude. It does like 48 to 50 something, with just close combat on bold Vaporeon max. Just adamant Urshifu, no item.
Really?
Yeah, it's very strong. It's a very nice calc.
Yeah, I mean, in that case, I see no reason for you to not bring Utility Umbrella then, don't you think? Like, maybe you could go for some unprotected Surging Strikes to the Dome, or so on.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool idea. That's actually pretty cool. I think this is a game where Piloswine comes off the bench. I like its Ice Shard here. Also, Spidef Piloswine lives +2 Giga Drain Life Orb boosted from Venusaur, which is a really interesting calc.
Really?
Yeah, it lives that. Lives Make It Rain from Gold, etc., etc. So I think that's really cool. And then, depending on its Terra type, I think the biggest threats to me are not like Life Orb boosted or things like that, but like Chalonberry, Dragon Dance Roaring Moon with Acro, Chalonberry, Venusaur, because I think Entei's Extreme Speed is very good here for threatening KOs.
Yeah.
I am a fan of Cyclizar here. Just tanks hits from literally everything and U-turns around.
Yeah, and even if you want, like, you can potentially even run, offensive shift gear sets. Although at this, on the flip side of that, yeah, actually, never mind. I was thinking like something of a mix set with Overheat, Power Whip, and all that shit with the Life Orb, which I think has some pretty good coverage against his squad. But you definitely would need the, you know, what's that thing, Cresselia to be chipped down for that shit and so on. So I can see.
I will say, dude, Boff's biggest problem with his team is that his spinner is Torkoal. So if
That's
you run
what I've been saying.
if you run Heat Rock and get rocks up, you're coming in 25%, and that's also his literal best Entei Sacred Fire switching in the sun. That is his best one. Everything else gets smoked.
Yeah.
And then if you don't run Heat Rock and you run Boots, well then you have you don't have enough turns of Sun, and it's very hard to pivot into your Roaring Moon and your Venusaur to actually do stuff. So that choice, I think, is going to be very tough for him. I think our Balava is really good here with Harvest, Terra Fire. I think Screamtail's really good here too. I think I like Overquill. Good check to Golden Go. Good check to Cress. Potentially Intimidate can be a nice little backup check. Big fan of Thunderous. Prankster T-Wave is cool. Prankster Rain Dance. Woo. All options. Prankster Rain Dance for Shifu is really nice too. And then,
absolutely.
Yeah, just a lot of good mons. And like I said, I really like Cyclizar. I think this is one of the games where Cyclizar defensively just always pivots on Crest, gets a knockoff, gets a U-turn, pivots on Torkoal, gets a knockoff, gets a U-turn, pivots on Gold. One of my favorite interactions is actually Temper Flare in the sun. Golden Go comes out, I go for Rapid Spin. Temper Flare then becomes 150 base power, kills Golden Go in the sun. If he chooses to Thunder Wave with Cresselia, and I go for a move as Golden Go comes in and I get full parried, Temper Flare is still also doubled, so it can knock it out. So it's a little bit easier for me to spin, and I think all I need is really rocks, and it's very hard for Boff to spin in this game.
For sure.
So that's like one thing I kind of focused on when it came down to this matchup specifically. I think
for sure.
I do think PS has some threats though, like even outside of Sun, like Belly Drum Azu. Freaking Amapom actually made me change EVs on my Pokemon.
Like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's faster than a lot of my team, and Choice Band double hit can two-shot a lot of my members.
What about Metagross?
Oh, Metagross ain't bad, but it's not amazing into you know.
It's not amazing into Roaring Moon, Dengo. Yeah, no, fair enough. Forget I said that. Yeah. No, I guess I can see the logic in that. I was wondering, like, maybe Overquill it would be able to, you know, like, handle that thing really well enough as it is, but I can also understand that, you know, with the set that you're potentially bringing in to check, you know, Dengo and so on, I can see a set with more special defense and so on, as opposed to physical defense. Yeah. So, yeah, I think though, in the grand scheme of things, and I still stand by what I've said, I feel like in terms of overall team cohesion, that is something that Buff does struggle with a bit, unfortunately. So in that aspect, I certainly am giving the, you know, like, vote to you. Yeah.
I'm actually very excited about this matchup because I haven't. First off, Boff is a great person. I had the pleasure of doing a whole marathon with him. But also, this is, you know, he's back in draft and he gets his rematch after. Thank you. He gets his rematch after, you know, years that we played years ago. So it's really cool.
2019, right?
Yeah. I don't even know. It might have been before that, to be honest. But I'm excited for that. He's a good guy. And I'm always scared of weather teams. I don't draft them myself, but I'm always terrified of them. I hate playing them.
Same, bro. You and me both. Yeah. I don't think there's anything left to say. Right?
Yeah. No. Yeah. I think it's gonna be fun. I think Roaring Moon. One thing. I think banded Roaring Moon is insane here.
Oh shit.
Knockoff does like 55% to Shifu on the first hit. Banded Outrage is actually not terrible into me. Like, I don't think you do speed booster. You just do attack booster. Like, actually.
Oh. 100%.
Was that a spoiler? No, that's just something I noticed from Mox.
Yeah, you never know.
Banded Roaring Moon is really, really good, and with the attack raise as well, attack booster, nasty mon.
And I feel like this is one of those matchups where you would want to run Terra Entei instead of Terra Arboliva, which I guess maybe an argument could be made that maybe Terra Fairy Arboliva can be able to mitigate that threat pretty decently enough as it is. But, like, that means you're losing out on the offensive capability of Terra Entei as well. So it's an opportunity cost for you.
Yep. And plus that mon can also click Dragon Claw. So that mon's really good.
No, for sure. Yeah. But I still vote for Joey.
We got Shroom Raver versus Nexus. So I will... Oh, Nexus versus Vepsis, sorry.
Nexus? I was like, what? Brother jump divisions.
Yep. Shroom Vepsis. Okay, so, you know who's insane in this game? Greninja.
Oh, no.
Yo, Greninja's insane in this game. Like, actually.
Yo.
Like, actually. The Battle Bond is nasty. That Ogerpon sprite is crazy. Ogerpon also looks really insane here, too.
It does. Oh my gosh. No, bro. Like, holy shit, the more I'm looking at this, this is definitely the type of matchup where I would say that Shroom is able to abuse, you know, the, I guess, vulnerability that exists between Vepsis' squad. Because, don't get me wrong, while you have, like, 4 Regenerator Mons and, like, 1 hour 30 minutes of everybody's time wasted, like, you still have, like, being able to position them to, like, come in and take those hits is super fucking hard. Because Terra, Rock, Ogerpon, bro, it just clicks buttons.
Literally. And it can Terra in this game, which I think is so nice. Ogerpon's so nice here. It can get the defense raise as well to live, like, Scarf close combat easily. What up, Lewis? This is gonna be nasty. I like Diancie here a lot, especially because I think Grimmsnarl screens are really good. Grimmsnarl next to, like, Chandelure, so you can't Brick Break it. Not that a lot of Mons on Vepsis' team actually learn Brick Break. I think you want to bring Mienshao because of its Scarf speed tier, giving you an option versus Ogerpon, an option versus Gren. This might actually be a Tornadus stays at home game. Prankster T-Wave doesn't deal with Mew. I think Shroom will win 5-0.
Yeah, bro.
You didn't even say anything about it. You just said, I think Shroom will... So what Mons die? I just think Screens plus Ogre plus Greninja are so good. I agree.
Does Vepsis owe you money, bro? Where did that come from? But nah, like I understand. I understand through and through because, like, from an offensive standpoint, I think that Shroom has so many things going on from him and so many options through and through, where even if, you know, the supposed techs, you know, can be something that Vepsis can come in expecting, like, there is only so much you can do where you're like, where your best bet is just pretty much taking them straight to the face.
Bro,
like,
how the hell do you deal with Swords Dance Haxorus under screen? Like, you don't kill. It eats one super effective hit and it scale shots and kills it back. Like, you got to give up 2 or at least 1.5 to do it, right? Like, let's say Hydreigon's Scarf. Like, I think Mienshao has to be Scarf.
Fortress is there.
Fortress is ass.
No, I can't disagree with that, bro.
In this game.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, I mean, Fortress has always been ass. You don't gotta glaze that loose.
Counter Fortress. I'm just going to SD again in front of it. And then Mold Breaker.
Yeah. Hater? Hey, listen. Watch any single draft league from Generation 7 or Generation 6 all to Generation 10. When has... 10, where did 10 come from? Generation 9. When has that motherfucker ever done shit?
I think in this...
I'm sorry to say.
I wasn't even talking about Fortress specifically. I was actually talking in this matchup. I don't like Fortress. I actually like Fortress as a draft Pokemon. I think it has a lot of cool moves now, like Ice Spinner. But in this matchup, I don't like it at all. I think the biggest thing is going to be freaking Mew, dude. Like, what do you do versus Nasty Plot, Draining Kiss, Psyshock, Fire move, I guess? Like, what do you actually do?
Nah, for sure, bro. I don't think that...
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. I thought... You have...
No. I was just saying that they're locked to their forms, so, like, the genies can't... Like, the bird Tornadus can't become the Prankster Tornadus.
Really? Huh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's Tornadus Therian, bro.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be Prankster or anything. Yeah, I feel like, honestly, I feel like Shroom has so many options in terms of how we can prep for this game. Like, even Mew is a Pokemon that you can hardly ever defend against because you don't know exactly what sort of sets he could potentially be bringing. So I do think that if there's a match for Vepsis to have the toughest time, I think this is the one. So my vote is definitely on my guy Shroom here. Love them both though. Yeah, exactly.
All right, King,
Legit.
I agree with you completely. This is the type of game where I'm just bringing some ass turbo setup. Yeah. I mean, look at Shroom's team. It's mainly that anyway. Like, it's just turbo setup, the squad.
Yeah.
We talk about Trick Room, Slowking into Gabominable and Hydrapple. I think as screens go up, I think that's not going to do as much. Amara, that's not happening. Weakness Policy, Trick Room, Slowking. I don't know. Like, I just think, like, this Terra Rock guy is just going to click Terra Rock. Also, it having Sturdy prior is so annoying, too.
Yeah. No, exactly. Like, literally, I mean, to be fair, maybe an argument could be made that obviously once Ogerpon, you know, transforms into the embody aspect Pokemon, unfortunately, like, that means that obviously he won't have Mold Breaker by his side anymore. So
Yep.
I guess that is something that Vepsis can try to use as far as positioning itself goes. But I think, I certainly think that from Vepsis' side, if we try to be fair, Trick Room Weakness Policy, which King talked about, definitely has good potential. Like, I think that if it's a normal game, Vepsis is never winning this. So I do think that his best bet is definitely relying on, you know, the Diancies and especially the Glow Kings to be able to potentially come through. So yeah.
No, legitimately. I don't know, man. I'm dumping Weakness Policy on every mon if I'm Shroom River in this game.
Sorry. Ogerpon Rock is sturdy, bro. It's not Mold Breaker.
Yeah, I know.
My bad. Yeah,
that's why I said you can't kill it because it's sturdy. But
yeah.
Can you even? Are you even bringing Torn to this game?
No.
I think it's too
Hell
passive.
no.
I feel like Torn's even offensive Torn. I feel like it's too passive.
Yeah, it can't even outspeed Greninja, bro. What are we doing?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't like Torn.
No, let's not. Yeah.
Torn type of mon that's going to do 22% to Mew with Hurricane after the nasty plots under light screen.
Nah, I don't think it's. Yeah, I don't think there's much that Vepsis can. I mean, I guess if we wanna try and like gas him up a little bit more, how well does Staraptor do with Terra? You know, Terra normal against him. Like, I know that he has the warm and everything, but will it appreciate Reckless double edges to the face?
I mean, it kills itself, and then you've wasted. And then you used your Terra. Well, I'm gonna say wasted. Then you used your Terra, and then you lose the Battle Bond Gren with your Hydrapple.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Never mind.
Both
yeah.
of Hydrapple's Terras are good here.
It's okay. Under Trick Room, there is a way with the Crabominable. I believe.
Dude, I freaking love that mon, and I need that mon to do something. That mon's low key actually good. Okay, here, I'm so serious.
Legit. No, I'm serious as well. It's such a funny design.
I agree that I'd be Steel King. They both are good. I don't know. I want to give it to Shroom. This is a nasty matchup.
It's Shroom's game to win, honestly. Yeah.
I'm excited to see what Tex Vepsis brings, though. He's a good draft player. Very, very good.
It's great. He's genuinely great.
Look at this. Q, the Costa Rican versus Daria. Ooh, I love Q's team.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, I hate Q's team because I have to face this shit.
Petra round 2, baby.
Petra round 2. I love how you always say that. Anyways.
Petra round 3, baby. That's Victor. That's young Victor Black.
Yeah, the immortalized Victor Black. Yes, but I feel like Petron is wait, hold on a second. It's actually great in this squad because it literally hard stops Ogerpon. Ogerpon can't do jack diddly squat to it, can it?
Nope.
It has then headbutt and knock, but like, I mean,
Ogerpon's still like, good. Ogerpon's still good though. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
let me tell you how Ogerpon beats it. Ogerpon's gonna knock Petron as it comes in, then it's gonna go for taunt as Petron tries to recover, and then it's gonna U-turn out. Also, maybe Q doesn't even bring Petron.
You sure?
Well, Gambit.
I mean,
you bring Gambit. You probably bring Defiant Gambit here too, because of Lando Petron. You got the freaking bundle, which Petron doesn't appreciate. I think you run more Spadef Petron if you bring it actually, because you kind of do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd bring Petron to damn near every game. I'll be honest. There's not a lot of games I leave Petron at home, even versus this. I think that Q might just actually fear. Maybe Q doesn't feel like he'll have enough for bundle because like you probably have to bring Rachi in this game because bundles freeze dries are free, like very free.
Very free.
Gardevoir might even be
Jirachi's
AV.
there, but like
I think you can parting shot. It won't matter because 4 times with a sucker punch. Well, if you parting shot as Gambit's in, which is slower, and it's just running Chopple Berry like every fucking Gambit in this world, and then you just low kick the Shifu. I don't know. Like you still have a Gambit alive at the end of the day too.
Yeah, nah, for sure. I think that like Daria definitely has a lot of assets going on for her because like it is very difficult to defend against, you know, like Iron Bundle in itself. Yeah, I get the fact that you have a Jirachi and everything, but like other than the fact that Bundle can flip turn on it, it gets flip turn, right?
Yeah.
It does get flip turn. Yeah. Other than the fact that Bundle can just easily flip turn on it and help reposition like Daria to the point where he's able to bring in Gambit and force progress, like then again, bro, even if we applied that logic, I think it. Oh, wait, no, Hitmontop is not even the best answer either because then that's fucking double defined and you're fucked.
It's gonna be Assault Vest, Terra Ghost, Araquanid, or Assault Vest, Terra Water, and even then it doesn't do anything back.
Yeah, legit. Yeah, I think definitely. Yeah, for sure, bro. I think in that aspect, definitely this is going to be a game where both parties need to bring offensive offensive mons to be able to take this thing on. I mean, Q's team is literally hyper offense incarnate, bro. Like that shit's like that shit goes without saying. Yeah. So like in that similar vein, like I do think that Q has more that he can leverage against Daria because Gardevoir has stupid good matchup against her, honestly.
Yeah, Gardevoir's really good. I like Colossal. I like Terra Colossal, good up hazards, Punisher Shifu. Potentially, if it's not running Punching Glove. Which it easily could be. It's a good item. Makes you not have to care about Zapdos. Speaking of, I think Zapdos definitely... Zapdos 100% comes in this game.
Yeah. No, Zapdos definitely has to come because like this gives, you know, like Daria so like, you know, room against the likes of I guess Shifu to some extent. I mean, like if it's a sort of game where like he has U-turn on this Pokemon, then one thing that people need to understand is that Punching Gloves will not protect him from a potential static paralysis because that's how the item works. But I think that as far as her overall win conditions go, it definitely.
Oh, you're talking about for U-turn. You're talking about for U-turn, right? I was like,
yeah, I'm talking about U-turn. Yeah, U-turn, because U-turn does not block, does not protect.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, so like in that same vein, I think that Daria's win cons for this game is certainly his Ogre Pawn, and as combined with his Iron Bundle, her Iron Bundle, but for Q as well. I think he has a lot of options, bro. Like I get the fact that you have a Milotic, but with 8 recovers, can you even beat a Terra Water or Aquanid?
Feel like competitive? Probably not. I mean, Araquanid is really good. Offensively, if Araquanid comes in, it's really hard to switch into. I don't think that like means... I think it comes here anyway because it's the water resist. I think also Gardevoir might actually be AV in this one too.
Yeah. Ooh, also Glares. I mean, no, Zapdos is there. Oh yeah, another reason why Zapdos certainly has to come in this match is because of Superior. Because otherwise, it just clicks Glare, doesn't it? Like on most of her squad as it is. But I think all in all, bro. Wait, hold on a second. Don't you think that the Avalugg?
Yeah, I was looking at Avalugg right now. That Avalugg kind of nice, right? Bro. That Avalugg kind of nice.
They're looking kind of crazy. Especially Terra Fairy, or would you go Terra Poison?
I'm going Terra Water because I'm not losing to probably Fairy. You're already weak to King Gambit's Iron Head anyway. Yeah. I like Fairy more than Poison, I think, because I like actually maybe it is Poison.
Yeah, it's right, because like Donphan ain't gonna be coming in.
Yeah, Donphan's not doing much to it. It's good for Toxic Chain too. Yeah, Poison's better. What was I thinking of that I wanted Fairy for? Oh, I thought it was Ghost for a second. I like Ghost though a lot. But yeah, Poison. I like Poison.
Yeah, exactly.
Poison nice here.
No, for sure.
I think Daria. I kind of wish her Mischievous was Terra Fairy, like or could Terra here.
Ooh. Yeah, that would have been pretty decent.
Dude, Ogerpon's gonna be so freaking good, especially if Q doesn't bring Petra for whatever reason. Ogerpon just clicks knock off and U-turn. That's literally
Won't you say though, like Terra Poison Avalok beats it though? I think Stomping Tantrum beats it.
Avalok has to come. That's for one. Like Avalok has to come.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. If Q does not bring Avalok, which I mean, what do you bring for Q? I bring her Shifu, Petulant, Gardevoir, Jirachi, Lando, Araquanid, potentially. You can mix that up maybe with a Hitmonchan. You can mix a Hitmontop maybe with an Avalok.
Yeah. Not for sure. Ogerpon when it doesn't Terra is even scarier because there's a lot of six.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
The Defiant is really nice. It's very, very strong. Is.
Oh shit, nah, for sure. That definitely makes, like Landorus's inclusion in this game a risk, I would say.
I will say SD or Shifu is really strong though. Like SD Sucker, like maybe a Bundle and Ogre might both run Encore for it, but maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, can Pheasant Dippity even do anything to it? Like, yeah, I mean, sorry, no.
Strong.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, Player Off one-shots it, bro. It's fighting guard. I meant actually, like, does Shifu get Iron Head? Let me check that right now. Because if it does, then, forget what I just said. Because it does get Iron Head. So never mind on that.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, Shifu's a monster.
Shifu's always a monster. Wait, what do you like Mirror or Landers for? King Gambit's running Defiant in this game. So like, if it comes in on King Gambit's Swords Dance, not only does it Swords Dance up, it also gets the boost too. On top of that, it just dies the sucker. And then dies the sucker.
I guess you could sub up.
405 attack. Yeah, you could sub.
Yeah. Like sub EQ. That could work. You never know. Sub
on it, win. Predict sub as King Gambit always does when it wants. Kowtows immediately.
Will Daria do so? I wonder.
I wish it did have Rock Polish. I still wish Lando had Rock Polish. How dare they take away that beast?
Rock Polish was crazy.
I really like SD or Shifu in this game, and I think that Daria has to bring Encore.
No, for sure. This is definitely one of those games where Encore's gonna be needed.
Yeah.
But then again, don't sleep on the threat that is Spite-Ups, okay?
I mean, Webs is not bad. Yeah. I think it's so much of a threat that Q's gonna bring a spinner.
Yeah. No, I would not be surprised, which is why I'm pretty much convinced that it's either gonna be Hitmon top or like the Mount Gale user.
Literally.
Why do I have such a hard time remembering his name? Fucking hell.
Dracula dual screen is also an option. Just saying. We got Nexus. We got Nexus versus Dawn Fanatic. Can I just say, look at Soldulati. Look at.
Oh no. Oh no.
Lottie looks really nasty here. Lottie looks really strong, dude.
I mean,
Luster Purge is very good, bro. It's very good.
It's fucking insane, dog. Like, and to be fair, I will give Nexus some saving grace because thankfully Latios lost Mystical Fire in Generation 9. Yeah, because otherwise, brother, like, it would have been over.
I think Luster Purge, split F drop, so do boosted, knocks out Scizor after with Draco.
Even if it AV?
AV, obviously not, but.
Yeah.
I mean, AV just invites Gliscor in too.
Oh, nah, for sure, dude.
I think Blastoise in that aspect. Blastoise isn't S tier. Why are you calling Blastoise S tier, Rico? It's not S tier.
It's B tier.
It's B.
It's still expensive as fuck, but it's not S tier.
Yeah, it's ridiculously expensive, but.
Nah, for sure. I think definitely this is another one of those unfortunate matchups where it's heavily skewed towards Dawn Fanatic's side. It's Jack's side, Jack's side, because like Latios is impossible to defend against, and even Galarian Moltres, bro. What do you do against it?
Yeah. I will say though, What do you do against Quackable, bro? That Mon is gonna come in and just click. I just quack all over.
Can it? Like they still has a Vileplume which you can terrestrialize.
So what? Wait, Vileplume has to Terra in front of it to live +2. Ice Spinner, Brave Bird, or if I'm Quackable, if I don't want to run SD, I just run Scarf and just CC, flip turn, and then and wait until I endgame Aqua Step wins. That's literally what I do in this game. If I don't want to run Swords Dance, and I do want to run Swords Dance with dual screens, by the way.
But even if the prospect of Scarf is really good, like I'm still struggling to see another Pokemon that can, just come in and pick up all the slacks. Although, as I'm now thinking about it, maybe this is one of those games where he can bring Regidrago. It's pretty insane against him, don't you think? Because like Tinkaton is not gonna appreciate Earth Powers to the face.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah,
I think Drago is not bad. I like Brave Bird Quackable. I like Scizor-ish because maybe you leave Ace at home. Ace is good though. I don't know. It's hard. I think DD Scale Shot Regidrago is a little bit better than maybe even Special. Actually, I think it's really freaking good. Holy crap. DD Regidrago is real good. What the hell?
The hell, bro? Nah, for sure. DD Drago definitely has a place here too, I think. I'm trying to think of other potential assets that he can use. Bonnet is never coming. Bro, let's just not even think about that. Sandy Shocks, and can kind of get stopped by the Gliscor, unfortunately. But Volcanion is pretty decent here as well, don't you think? Especially if the Lati gets
good. Down. It's good in the Ace too. It just clicks.
Yeah.
But sure. I also think Shell Smash Blastoise is good too. EQ.
I mean, you never know. He could mirror Herb against that Blastoise.
That's a tough call, though.
Hey, bro, this matchup is tough. Nexus ain't got options.
I think his Fairy is really rough here. But yeah, I love Quackable. I think Quackable goes crazy. Like, I really, really, really love Quackable. I love Dragon Dance Regidrago as well.
He definitely has options. Maybe the Lati answer is AV Brute.
Yeah, I was thinking similar.
Yeah.
But then you can't play Spore, which sucks.
If I were him, my Lati answer is turning off Nexus's internet.
Oh, literally. Bro, that Moltres is a threat. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. I feel like there's so much more room for Jack to like really out pressure him with the Latis and everything, because it's pretty much just a case of it coming in, clicking buttons, and being guaranteed progress through and through. Because while I understand the idea that Quackable can very much do the same as well, there are certain conditions that need to be met, in the sense of, not just Blastoise getting chipped down, but also Vileplume to some extent if he happens to bring it. But for Jack, he just pretty much clicks Luster Purge and then gets a KO, doesn't he?
Yeah, but it might be hard to actually bring Plume into this game. I think Gengar's good, but I think Gengar gets KOs with Shadow Ball, and then Moltres comes out and gets KOs back with Night Days, or not Night Days.
Yeah.
Fire Wrath, and then Hurricane, etc. This is why I actually like Scarf Quackable in this game, because like I lead Quackable into Latios. I go for U-turn turn 1. They're not Scarf, because Scarf is stupid into this. I think you go Specs, Offensive, Calm Mind, whatever. You U-turn to your 60%, and then you later Aqua Step +1 kill it, right? So like that's how I would play at this game, because the 1 CC on Blastoise goes a long way towards that. Yeah, Plume can come. I don't think Plume is good though. Plume doesn't beat Volcanion. Plume doesn't deal with Deoxys. Terra Steel is not good here, because then you die to CC. I don't think Plume is great.
I don't know, man.
I don't like Plume at all. Plume loses. If Plume Terras, it loses the Sandy Shocks. Bird already beats it anyway with Swords Dance, Brave Bird, or Ice Spinner, or Triple Axle. It could be Helmet though, that's for sure. I'm not a Plume believer. I think Nexus team will be too offensive for Plume to do something. Welcome back.
Yeah. Welcome back, yes. Not for sure, dude. I think losing to Quack. Yeah, I mean, I guess I can see the argument for that for sure.
I don't think Plume lets you beat Quack though, because like you flip or you U-turn with Quack, you bring out Deoxys, you lay up Spite. And if it's offensive weakness policy, which I've used with Quavo, it just beats it anyway. Like, I don't know.
Imagine if it's effect spore.
I mean, it has to be. It's not gonna be chlorophyll.
It is. Yeah, exactly. So if it's effect spore and Quackable tries to U-turn on it, then something that becomes a risk, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, I also think Quackable can run, if it's offensive under screens, can run Swords Dance protected pads. There's like no risk to protected pads.
Yeah, no, that's certainly an option for sure. But like then that becomes a serious case of 4 move slot syndrome, right? Because like if it's a Swords Dance sort of Swords Dance type of sets, then not only do you have like a Terra Vileplume to be able to potentially take it on, but if Jack is able to position himself well enough to the point where he's able to bring the Lati in for free and so on, then he can potentially handle this. And it's also I think important to note that on which Pokemon does like Quackable get these free turns to set up on, because I guess you can potentially get that in a Moltres, but that's a 50-50, which is super risky. And otherwise, like, I don't know, man.
I think you just bring a bunch of mons that don't let it do its thing. But I think Quackable is unguardable. Like, I think Quackable is inevitable. That's the type of mon it is for me.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I think Quackable is always inevitable. Like, actually, like it's
always
like,
respect the Quack.
Literally, and maybe Vileplume does come in that regard. But if it's Rocky Helmet, then it's gonna get smoked by Spikes. If Quackable comes out and you go hard Vileplume and Spikes are up, and Quackable doubles out into Deoxys Volcanion or whatever, and then Vileplume comes back in later at 50% type of thing, I just don't think it's that great. Strength Step isn't that, like, Strength Step only works if Vileplume gets a free turn to do it. You see, this is why I voted Nexus. Oh, I mean, I agree. I think it's Nexus. I think Quackable is stupid good. I think he has a lot. I think Dragonite's Regidrago does a lot too. I think if you Terra Fairy with Quackable, with Vileplume to deal with Regidrago, which I think is a viable option, then you are weakening your Gengar matchup as well as your Aqua Step matchup. And again, CB Caesar as well. That's another mod I like to bring. I love CB. I also like SD here. I think CB is better though.
No, for sure. Yeah, I think it's definitely something I'm more or less leaning towards Jack's side, mainly because of how unguardable Latios is. Because the thing is, while I understand the idea of Quack being able to do the very same, like Latios is able to do that instantaneously with no turns of setup and whatnot.
Oh yeah. Latios is like Quackable on steroids in this game. If you're not bringing like AV, Brute Bond or some crap, like literally.
Yeah. Well, imagine. I won't say it. Yeah. Yeah, I think I think that we've said what we can about Jack versus Nexus.
I want to see who wins, Latios or Quackable.
Exactly.
That's it. That's literally it.
1 billion lions.
Axel's why I want to Explorer helmet. Yeah, but the thing is, if it's Swords Dance, it runs protective pads. Protective pads is free into this.
Carlos, don't do our guy like that. Come on. Immense luck, he says.
The move in Pursuit was a mistake. Make it Charmander's signature move. Ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
Drewby versus Gray.
Hell yeah. Nah, this is definitely going to be a very interesting match through and through, because, I mean, we have Gravy, aka the other Jack, who unfortunately is coming off with a really tough loss where he feels like he did not, perform at his level best, and even Drew as well. So I do think that this is definitely going to be an important match for both parties, and they absolutely must win if they want to make playoffs and so on. But all in all, I do think that Jack, Hisuian Bravery is a problem, bro.
Yeah, it's really good here. I will say I love Samurott. I'm a huge Samurott fan. I really like Jack's team. Like the offense of it, it's such a cool. I can't get over how much I like his team.
Yeah.
I love the offensive potential of this. I'm a big fan of Zarude in this matchup a lot. Like, if he does not bring Registeel, which he might be scared of, considering Ceruledge, Great Tusk, etc., like Bulk Up or even Swords Dance Zarude are they're both extremely good here, dude.
What about Tauros? Don't you think it can handle the Cerulege pretty decently?
I think
Mirror Herb with weak armor.
Yeah, I think bulk up could be scary though.
Yeah. Nah, for sure. I do think that. Also, real quick, can we just acknowledge the fact that Mousehold has his own personal render?
Yeah.
Like every single Pokemon is just full on white, but for this brother, he
it has its own, yeah. King, I think a lot of that has to do with the Terras as well in Drew's team. I know that Drew made changes for week 3. Like if this was Terra Beartic, for instance, in this matchup, I felt like it looked way better because that's damn near unguardable from that side. I also like, I mean, like what would be stopping like a Swordsdance, Heavy Duty Boots, Icicle Spear, Earthquake, Terra Ground set, you know? Like nothing on that side. I think that Jack definitely brings webs to this game for sure. While it is not hard for Drew to Mortal Spin if he wants to run Mortal Spin, that literally is he has to decide to actually bring that.
Not for sure. I honestly, like, again, a lot of the criticisms that we had throughout when we were like assessing these teams are pretty much still here and then some, because like, if to your point, if it was a Terra Beartic, then I think there was so much potential in terms of what Drew could have done against it, but like I just don't see any semblance of value to be found in with Terra Grass Glimora, other than potentially being able to deal with Slowking to some extent. But like even then, like that just leaves you wide open to like Ice Spam from Sand Slash and so on.
Well,
I guess
Terra Grass can allow you to Rock Polish in front of Rabombi without fearing Stun Spore.
But Bug Buzz then kills.
Yeah, I would have to run it, which it probably does. Well, yeah, actually, does like it? Does it run Bug Buzz? Moonblast though. Moonblast.
Yeah, I mean that is
neutral and Tauros. Like I don't know. There's a lot. I can see some Terra Grass Meteor Beam stuff being cool. I really like Zarude in this game. I think Zarude is nasty. I think Bulk Up's really good, especially or Shores Dance even, like just because of screens. Yeah. Webs as well. I think Rabombi definitely comes fastest mon besides Electro. Literally gets up webs for free.
Yeah, exactly. I think as far as this matchup goes, the more I'm thinking about it, other than obviously the fact that Zarude cooks and then some, can Raging Bolt do pretty decently as well?
Yeah, it's good. It's really good. I mean, you always have, especially with webs up, you just have your strong Thunderclap, your strong Draco. It's amazing. And you bring Cerulege too, because that shuts down Ninetales Lottie route for the most part. Yeah, I mean, and like we already talked about how good Braviary is with Terra.
Nah, for sure, dog. Like Braviary, I think this is certainly one of those matches where Braviary should come. Although then again, like I understand if he makes the pivot in towards bringing Terra, Alolan, Sandslash, because that's another nightmare for Drew to face with. Except this time around, he's turning the entire snow against them. Don't you think?
He can definitely run like snow mode if he wants to. But if Drew for some reason decides not to bring Ninetales, or if Gray doesn't bring Slowking, which I don't think he'll bring, I think he might leave Slowking at home. You've seen Samurott, the Terra Glim, the Mamo, the Torterra, etc. Like I said, I think he goes more an offensive approach here. Maybe he doesn't like the Sandslash as much in that regard. I think all the guys that are bunched up there with Tuss, Zarude, Bolt, Cero, all definitely come. I think I can definitely see Mousehold come. I think Mouse is actually pretty cool here.
Yeah, I mean,
like I actually really like Mousehold here. It's fast speed tier plus Encore is nice. I think its Encore is just really nice.
No, I suppose so. I think it definitely has room.
Yo.
What up, bro?
Hey.
How you doing, man?
What's Gucci, y'all? What y'all up to? What y'all doing?
We're talking about the Drew Gray. Did you guys find the last shiny yet?
Bruh, you kidding? I'm still doing this dumbass thing right now, bruh. It's not real. I actually, dude, I've been here for 11 hours. You know what's crazy? I'm keeping these seats warm. I have not gotten anything in 11 hours.
Oh, no.
You want to just open up Pokemon Showdown and tell them you got it?
Dude, I was so ready to just inject it in the game and be like, "Whoa, I got it," but I can't.
Yeah, give
Yeah,
that fake shiny hunter reaction and everything.
You gotta get Dialga. It's Dialga, right?
Yeah.
God, at least it's not like 5 a.m. Oh shoot, it is. It's like 3:30 a.m. What the hell? When did this happen?
Bro, I don't know. We got like 8.5 hours left. I don't know, bro. But I got messed up so bad. I'm like, bro, I want to talk about competitive mods. I got cooked, bro.
I agree, Delta. That set's really good. That's also a reason why I think you want to bring like Sarah Ledge, which can eat a hit, and then do a ton back to like Poltergeist into Shadow Sneak, put in range of that. But we definitely give this matchup, I think, to Gray. What do you think, Nexus?
Oh, his changes aren't into effect for this one?
Yeah, Drew's changes are in effect next week. So
if his changes went into effect, I would say Drew has a really good chance of taking this, but they're not, and Zarude looks insane.
Yeah, Zarude just looks so good,
so insane. Wow,
that's basically that's basically what we said. That's literally what we said. Well, I was talking about like if he had Beartic with Terra, like SD Beartic looked insane here, but.
Yes, Terra ground one.
Yep,
would be nuts.
But he doesn't. Zarude's honestly a beast. It was a mon I was thinking about drafting as well before I got Arbalava again and other things. I wish Zarude could Terra more than one type in this league. I would totally get it.
Bro, if it did, then that thing would have been.
If it had 2, it would have been when I got round 1. Like actually.
Yeah.
Actually, now seeing he doesn't have the changes, dude. Even with A9, like, and he has an Alola Slash, this is like a 65-45 matchup in Jack's favor.
Yeah,
in my honest and humble opinion. Yeah. Like, both of Drew's Terra captains, I would not bring either one of them to Terra in this. Like, maybe, I guess, Fairy Clops for, like, Tusk or something like that. Maybe even Ceruledge, but I feel like Ceruledge just sets up on it,
so easily exploited. Yeah, that's so easy.
Yeah, it just gets exploited from there. You can't even Wisp, and then he just jungle heals it back,
Yeah.
He said 65-45. That's new map. That's it, bro.
What you mean? Is that? Oh wait, bro. I've been going for 11 hours, bro. My math is.
yeah. Take it easy. Take it easy on our guy, okay?
Bro. Oh my god, dude.
Hey man, you always got to give 110% of these draft leagues. So don't let them hate.
Exactly.
Don't let them hate.
Facts.
But yeah, we definitely give it. It's more gray than that. Like I think if Drew's changes went to effect a lot. I actually like Drew's team too as a thing. Like a lot. I feel like I could do so much with this if I had it. But
what do you think? I think Tusk comes, but you think it's what? Scarf or Booster? Because I like either or, but
I think there's no reason to not bring Booster Tusk here.
Yeah, it looks like it goes stupid. Like he doesn't have a switch.
Bro, Tusk comes out and it just bulks up and wins. Like there's not anything on this team that could deal with it.
Yeah, it looks insane. I'm not gonna lie to you. This looks like I don't know, maybe cheese your opponent. Maybe if Drew makes some insane plays, he could easily take this. And I feel like he's got the brain to do that. He can make some insane plays. Maybe Mamoswine, because Mamoswine looks stupid into Jack, but it's like, how are you gonna?
I mean, there's a Weezing, so.
There is a Weezing. Mamoswine doesn't get Second Fang? I'm playing a different game. I'm in a different game, bro. I'm in a different game. Yeah, this is gonna be really hard. I don't know.
But I don't think Weezing comes anyway.
Yeah. There's like Latios. There's Latios. I feel like it's just too scary. Maybe it does. I don't know. Because I think it's just Latios. But Glimmora also looks like it could do something to it. Like I feel like Glimmora comes in every time.
Like, it has potential, but like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like Tusk is just. This is tough, man.
Life is tough. You know?
Well, on to the next one.
Yeah.
We have the Uzi versus the Matthew, spelled with 1H.
Yes.
1T, sorry. 1T, sorry.
Yes,
1H. Yeah, it should be 1H. Matthew. Who wins? Uzi. Matt. So, a few cool things I really like here. I love your gouging fire. I think like you gotta just click EQ, heat crash kind of freely. Dragon move, even scale shot if you really want to. I'm a fan of, I think Tinglu has to come. So that way you don't get last respected. But I also...
Or Zangoose.
Yep, exactly. Zangoose.
Listen.
I'm a believer in Zangoose. Bro, every facade switch in, you just click close combat.
Yeah, because I literally only Scarm. Literally only Scarm. And like Scarm gets taken advantage of.
Does not have a good matchup.
Yeah. Scarm gets taken advantage of by so many mons.
There's Typhlo, but I would not bring Typhlo to Gouging Fire Alamola. Like, I don't know what it does.
Yeah, Lou either.
Yeah, Tinglu as well, yeah.
Oh my god. If Uzi leads Gouging Fire, and then Matthew leads Focus Sash Trapinch, GG. G freaking G.
Good one. Anyways.
It's
cheaty
for this game.
I mean,
I like Drill a lot. I like SD Drill.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you could actually run even a weakness posse on it, to be honest. Take the flip turn or Scald from Aloe. Ideally not get burnt. And then kind of just kill stuff. I don't actually know what stops. Because Aloe's always going to be your initial pivot. Like always.
Yeah. Always.
It has to be your initial. I'd run Swords Dance weakness policy on it, get that +4, and start killing literally everything.
Oh, really? Dude, what about Pinch? What if it just locks in like Gouging Fire and Slow Bro?
No way, nobody's bringing Pinch. Stop it. That's dumb on staying home.
Listen,
oh,
I'm just gonna take the band-aid off. In one of the mocks, someone did try to bring Trapinch against me, and I 6-0'd that team. Because like the thing is, when you have this Pokemon that can be somewhat of a liability depending on the circumstances. Don't get me wrong, it can certainly like put in a good amount of work considering the fact that I happen to possess, you know, both Gouging Fire, like Lucario, as well as even Slowbro to some extent. Like, I completely get that, right? But I still do have assets that allow me to be able to mitigate that can act as a way of disincentivizing it from arriving, because guess what? First impression, Serena hard walls it because of Queenly Majesty.
I'm a good leech life.
Yeah, sure.
I don't think it gets that.
I actually really don't think it does, which is weird.
Probably it gets bug. I remember Flygon used to get bug bite. I don't know if it still does. No, but you're right. You're absolutely right, Uzi. I mean, you don't have to justify Trapinch. We're playing. We understand. I think your Aloe is king in this game. You're gonna literally use it to come in on T-Tar, come in on Drill, come in on Zapdos, come in on early Last Respects, because late game Last Respects definitely scary.
Oh my god!
And then flip. Yeah, so that's why if I'm Matthew, I bring Smooth Rock T-Tar and Swords Dance Weakness Policy, Excadrill. Because Weakness Policy just lets it get activated. Because you're more likely to flip turn, I think.
Yeah.
Dude, this matchup is awful for Matt.
No, what? Hell no.
Yeah, I think it's pretty bad too.
Listen.
Dude, like what does he do?
He can't kill. He cannot kill your Aloe. Like
yes. Like, oh, what's up? Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, sorry. No, I was gonna say that like in my preparation process, yeah, I understand the fact that, you know, Aloe is very difficult to kill and so on. But the thing with Matthew's squad is that it is built in such a way where even if the early game I get it like absolutely picture perfect and so on, like there is still so much, you know, far lesser margin room of error for me, because he is able to build in such a way where if he makes one call right with, you know, like stuff like Swords Dance Excadrill, or especially Last Respect Houndstone, which mind you, I kid you not, with 5 Pokemon fainted, if it happens to possess a choice band, it does 60% maximum to Ting Lu. Am I alive? I am still alive. Am I?
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, we're listening.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I heard the disconnect, so I was like...
No, Uzi, Nexus had to leave because he's doing the event.
Gotcha, yeah. So it does 60% maximum to my Ting Lu. So I hope you all understand just how insane that damage calc is and what that does to my Alamomola or anybody else in my party members. Basically, Matthew has a literal nuke by his side. But, which is all the more reason why, like, in the game of exchanges that were forced to be made, a lot of the times I found myself getting really easily overwhelmed, which especially does not help when he happens to have possession of, you know, Galarian Zapdos, which is so super good against me. Which is all the more reason why I found a solution. And, well, let's just say, come this Sunday, the goose will be loose.
Yeah, I think Aloe is unkillable. That's why I really like Swords Dance Weakness Policy Drill, because having +4 Earthquake Let me calculate if that even kills Aloe. I think it does. But I don't even think you have enough turns after is the problem. Let me see.
Yeah.
Aloe, Momola, Earthquake, +4. Yeah, +4 isn't even a guarantee kill. If you go Adamant, it does 85 to 101. And Flip Turn does half. I mean, you can easily run some HP, but I don't know. I think it's definitely more in your favor. You said Tinglu takes like 60, which is crazy, but like if it's banded, then you have Zangoose, and then if it's and plus you have wish support. Like I feel like Aloe comes in and wishes and then switches, type of thing forever. I really like your gouging though. I think it's really good at punishing Matthew's team, and like you could argue for Gastrodon here to stop Aloe, but then it's not like you can't switch into Gastrodon. You also just wish in front of it anyway, back into Serena, spin. If it Terras, then it's a little bit easier for you too, because then super effective Earthquake on all 4 of its types, type of thing. So I don't know. I definitely want to give you this for sure. I understand late game Houndstone can be scary, but I also remember Mafesto having Houndstone and it not being that crazy in draft.
Brother, y'all had to face a bloody Terra Chien Pao. Relax.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
Dragon.
If I was fighting Last Respects Mon, Tinglu, Alamola, Zangoose sounds good enough to me.
Nah, fair enough. Like I will say though, like full on, like being completely transparent, figuring out this build was definitely one of my more tougher games for this one, but I am very happy with, like the build that I was able to come up with, and hopefully what everybody is going to see tomorrow will be a game that everyone will enjoy. Yeah.
Fable defensive trio, Tinglu, Aloe, Zangoose. Yes. Yeah, again, I want to give it. I do think like he can definitely punish you a little with things like banded Zapdos and stuff, but I just think they get worn down way too quickly, and he has to get turns right. I think it's gonna be a lot more difficult for him to position than you.
Not fair enough. Like I do think for sure though, this is certainly one of those matches where I need to bring my best, because this is a man who had a really good first week against Nexus because he positioned himself so well throughout it all, which is all the more reason why, like, I also, on the flip side, I do think that my own margin for error is far lesser because of, the nukes that he has in his side. So it'll definitely be an interesting match for sure. Yeah.
I'm excited for this game.
For sure.
I think it's up to Matt to play perfect, literally. And I don't think you have to play as perfect as him, because I think it's harder for him. I think you have really good tools, especially Regenerator. The final matchup of the week, we have the Battle of the Jays.
Hey, Mr. J. Ricky versus Just Weavile, yes. And first things first, I just want to say, Palafin. Oh my God.
Yeah, Palafin looks insane. Palafin looks crazy, dude.
Especially in raids.
You have to bring Sinistcha here. You have to bring Sinistcha here. You know who's really nasty though? Iron Moth.
Ooh. Yeah, no, for sure, bro. I think like
Iron Moth is insane in this game.
Yeah, you can run specs if you want to, can't you?
Yeah, I mean like Hariyama has to be thick fat like AV to eat it up. Otherwise you're kind of just clicking overheat and fiery dances the whole game. I really like that. Palafin looks crazy though. Like it's actually so nasty.
You want to know what's also something that can potentially be really nasty?
Fracture, yeah, with Terra Steel. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say Mariana, but that too. Yeah.
Terra Poison. Think I'm joking? Terra Poison that, set up a Dragon Dance, and go for your Stomping Tantrum, get some chip. Fracture. Pretty hard for you to break Sinistcha. I think Iron Moth always kind of just sits. Florges will baton pass and combine up against it. Mightyana. Nah, Sinistcha's gonna be annoying, but like Palafin can also just. Sinistcha has to come in on Palafin. Palafin flip turns out as that mon comes in, and then Sinistcha's first to take damage. If it's boots, which it doesn't have to be here, you could actually afford to be Rocky Helmet. Not really much hazards from Just Weavile. Though I will say that Iron Moth could also have T-Spikes as well. It's like T-Spikes plus bulk up could be pretty nasty.
Yeah. I think one thing that's like very important to note, the more, I'm looking at this matchup and so on, is that, like Uxie can actually put in pretty decent work, don't you think? Because like if Mightyena does not come, you have like Uxie.
Even if Mightyena does come, let's be real.
You never know, bro. It's just Weavile, okay? He can be pretty off the rails sometimes. But like mystical power actually has really good matchup against him, don't you think?
Yeah, I would do like more so nasty plot, Psyshock, Draining Kiss, I think. Thunderbolt last type of thing. Psyshock just so you could beat Calm Mind Florges and stuff like that too. I like Nasty Plot a little bit over Calm Mind just so you're actually doing damage faster. But you could also just do like a defensive set like you were saying too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean also, like if we want to be fair, Meowscarada,
yeah, that's
right. I mean especially with Corviknight down and out, because let's be real, like especially if it's Choice Bandit, like once the helmet is knocked off, it's not a switch.
Yeah,
anymore.
The triple axle, just 2 shots type of thing. You still have Thunder Punch as well.
Yeah, exactly. So I think in that. What's up?
I'm just reading what chat said about Mightyena.
What did they say?
Oh, that's not Iron Leaves, my friend.
No, that's the original.
That's Virizion.
That's regular good old Virizion, brothers.
That's good old reliable. I will say, I really do hope we see some team changes from Just Weavile, because I think Virizion with Terra is nasty.
Very.
Verizon. Facts. What up, Saf?
Verizon.
Like, it's just, I think it's very, very, very nasty here. So that's definitely something I want to see in this game, or in the future games as well. Just some small changes that kind of help a little bit out. Some spikes, things like that. But I don't know, dude. I'm a huge fan of like Iron Moth, man. Like even like sub. What up, Z? Even sub leftovers, right? Like or Black Sludge and just Fiery Dance, Sludge Wave. Like, what are you doing as J Ricky? What's coming? You get the free sub. Uxie comes out. Maybe get 10% poison. Uxie has to take both that plus Palafin on. Sinistcha gets flip turned back into Iron Moth. Obviously, Boots is good too, right? Because you can ignore rocks. But you also have Corviknight, which does defog pretty okay here.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think like obviously on paper, when you first look at it, it definitely looks to be more on Ricky's side, because I feel like his squad is overall better built in terms of having far better role compression and cohesion over Just Weavile's squad. Like I've explained my reasonings as to why I feel that certain way. But obviously, like on the flip side of that, for Just Weavile, like you cannot defend against Palafin. I'm sorry, you simply cannot. And add that with the threat that is Iron Moth, as you just said, it's definitely like gonna be a case of who is able to bring out their threats more. You know,
I'm gonna calc for some people that were saying Sinistcha is a really, really good answer. Like just for reference, like Wave Crash is doing 40% to max defense, and then Ice Punch 2 shots.
And
so it's like if it comes in on it, Ice Punch does 63 to 74. By the way, it's not even like a barely 2 shot. This is literally max Sinistcha. So if Sinistcha comes in on a flip turn, let's say it's running Rocky Helmet just to punish it, right? Let's just say it's running Rocky Helmet. So it comes in on flip turn. It can't come in later. It just dies to Ice Punch. So like it's just, I don't know. Even Bulk Up can do it too. Like what's wrong with Bulk Up here?
Nothing. Absolutely none whatsoever. And I think that just makes things even more tougher for Ricky, because like I guess, you know, if he tries to use Keldeo as somewhat of a way of being able to pressure that Palafin, especially if it is able to get that bulk up off, then that's just really, really bad for him, don't you think?
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah.
And and as chat said, there's nothing that stops flip turn from Palafin into Iron Moth. There's nothing that punishes that. You are consistently getting damage on Uxie. You are consistently getting damage on Sinistcha. Hit me up so quickly. Holy shit.
Everything good?
Yeah. Just hit me up on Discord.
No worries. But yeah, all in all, like, after seeing both these players play and so on, I definitely want to put my money on Ricky, because like even though he lost in the first week, like he is someone who has been like, you know, far more involved in Draft League and so on, and I think if he is able to keep a cool head and so on, he will certainly have a far more convenient time in being able to take on Just Weavile. But don't get me wrong, like Jack is also. Oh my God, we got so many fucking Jacks, bro.
Yeah, we do. There's so many Jacks.
3 Jacks. We love Jack-offs. Yeah. Anyways, as far as Just Weavile goes, he still has shown like a lot considerable moments of brilliance every now and then. Like, this is a man who I've seen literally beat General Tar Heel, who had a Hisuian Samurott while he had a regular Samurott, which actually put in a lot of work, mind you. That was a fucking crazy ass game. But yeah, either case, both these players really need a win. But my vote is, I would say 55 on J Ricky. Yeah. What about you?
I want to say closer to Weavile just because I feel like Palafin plus Iron Moth is unguardable, as chat said. So I would go 55 just Weavile versus J Ricky. I do think Porygon is really cool though. Like agility Porygon is really nasty.
Woo! I mean, yeah, especially if Florges is able to get chipped down and removed, because let's face it, Komala is not a real Pokemon. Yeah.
I love Komala. They just got rid of last resort,
yeah, that's why it's not a Pokemon anymore. I used that thing once in Generation 7. It was so much fun, but it can't use that move anymore. I think it's just hyper-focused on breaking through Corp to enable TV Meow to just quick stabs.
The problem with that, King, is like if you get up rocks in this one, which might not be the easiest thing to do. If you get a rocks with like Terra, Grass, Rocky Helmet, Palisand or some crap, like that mon's putting itself in range of Jet Punch later too. It has to knock Corviknight, which gives it the Rocky Helmet as well. I just think it's really tough. I think
I don't know, bro.
I feel like I could win. I feel like I could win this with Palafin Iron Moth, like not like I don't know.
Nah, I understand, because he definitely has 2 really powerful threats, and like we're not even counting like if he happens to bring rain, that just makes Palafin even more horrific. So like you never know really. Yeah, you could just play with Palafin.
I guess you could. I guess yeah. I can see J Ricky doing it too. I feel like.
What's up?
I don't know, man. I think you got to run a lot of helmets and. I think it's gonna come. Okay, this is what's gonna come down to. It's gonna come down to how well J Ricky plays Meow. It's gonna come down to how well just Weavile plays Palafin. And like that just sounds stupid to say because it just comes down to them clicking their stab moves. In Meow's case, every move. But yeah, I don't know. I'm having so much trouble seeing J Ricky break through Iron Moth. That's my main thing. Like. Iron Moth literally comes in on flip turn and just clicks. And you're doing 35-40% to Uxie. Iron Moth can literally run boots and then just U-turn on Uxie as well after. Like, it can sludge wave and then U-turn type of thing.
Yeah.
You know?
No, for sure. But I'll tell you what I'm having trouble with. I'm still having trouble with coming to terms with the fact that this dude has a fucking Mightyena. But putting that aside, I do actually think that, like, you pretty much hit it right on the head, honestly. Like, even for Pokemon that he can't necessarily touch, he just fucking flip turns on that bitch, doesn't he? So, like, and then he's able to reposition himself super well through through like Iron Moth and so on. So you never know, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm excited to see this game. Obviously, I want to see just Weavile, grab a dub. I also want to see J Ricky get a dub too. So this obviously matters as well. That's what I'm saying, Rico. Like, if it gets poisoned too, it's a big thing. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's tough. But I'm excited about this game. And guys, obviously the games will all be going up Sunday. We do have everybody's links down below. So please subscribe to them. We're going to be here for 2.5 months. Make sure you check them out. And yeah, anything you want to add, Uzi?
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting second week through and through. I feel like the dynamic of this league is certainly going to be a very unique one because, like, again, in this league, only the top 4 from each division are going to be able to make playoffs. So I feel like this is definitely going to be one of those leagues where every single coach is going to have a level of strong desperation.
Every week matters.
Yeah, every single fucking week matters through and through. Like that's why I've been prepping my heart out and everything, just as I imagine everyone else as well. So let's see what happens. Pray that your boy doesn't get swept by a dead dog, and hopefully you're able to win as well against the Sun team.
I highly recommend winning every week. That's great advice. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great night.
Astute observation.
We'll see you.